On the record in the matter of Woodside Meadows Apartments versus Bernard Greer. File number 23-02145, council appearance.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Honor Authority P84485. Here on behalf of the plaintiff, Ms. Handling for Mr. Piper today.
Okay. Sir, what's your name?
Bernard Greer, excuse me, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
No problem. No, good afternoon.
Bernard Greer Jr.
Today was the date that was set for a hearing on a eviction for non-payment of rent. And I do believe you filed a counterclaim, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And at the last court date, we made sure that a copy of the counterclaim was provided to plaintiff's counsel.
Correct.
Did they respond?
We did file an answer, Your Honor, and I believe it's been filed with the court.
And then I also requested that plaintiff's counsel provide a move-in checklist for the tenant. Was that taken care of as well?
Your Honor, it is my understanding that Mr. Piper's office did reach out to the prior landlord, previous manager, whose name is Melinda. I don't have a last name, but they were unable to locate a move-in sheet for the property.
Okay. So I'm presuming that you have not been able to come to resolution, correct?
No, Your Honor, we did attempt to, but we could not.
Okay, and so this was a matter that was scheduled for an eviction hearing. There was indications from you, Mr. Greer, that the property was pink tagged and that there's some issues or code habitability issues that you believe prevent you from having full usage of the property, and you're using that as the basis as to why you should be able to withhold your rent and maintain possession of the unit, correct?
Correct. Yes, but I did plan on moving, but the counterclaim was so I could procure funds to be able to do that.
Okay.
See how I can't really dwell in that unit no more.
What do you mean to procure funds to do that?
Well, it's gonna help with me moving.
Meaning that the money that you would have used to pay the rent that you've set aside, you mean that as well? You're okay. But you need to provide some evidence to support your claim that there were some property conditions that were not addressed. So you're prepared to do that now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will start with the doors. The doors are not sealed. You can like see through. It's a safety issue for one thing.
Which doors are we talking about?
Front and back. The back in particular, there's a big hole at the bottom of the door. I did have pictures for that.
Okay, you have them?
Your Honor, I have not seen these pictures and they were not supplied to me, and I'm not sure if they were supplied to plaintiff's counsel, Mr. Piper. So I would just ask to see the photos as well.
Okay, I don't particularly like looking through people's phones for evidence. So you have evidence by way of photos, and I know I mentioned more than one time that you need to bring your evidence with you to court.
Yes.
And I don't have to look through your cell phone to get evidence, and you got to give them a copy of your evidence.
Yes, I apologize, Your Majesty, because I did remember.
It's not Your Majesty, I mean, just Judge Simmons. It's fine.
Your Honor. I'm sorry, Justin.
Thank you. You're fine.
The checklist had everything else on it. That's why I didn't think to take everything off the phone, because the checklist had everything on it. But see how that they can't even provide the checklist. Okay, that changed the dynamics. I did bring other emails that I was able to recover that was not submitted. I don't know how it didn't get on there, but I
Okay,
do
you
have
said
it
the
down.
doors were not sealed.
Doors was not sealed.
What does that mean? So this is the
Okay.
front door?
The front door, there's air. When it rains, it comes through. And during the summer, bugs come through. Can't stop it. Try stopping it. Not to mention, there's this space in between where the deadbolt is. So I mean, just even a little a wedge and a push, and the door will come open. The front door, the back door.
The door will come open?
Yeah.
Based on what?
On it's a little like a wedge of the deadbolt. It's like not tightly secured. It's like this space.
And you have evidence of this on your phone?
Not the front door, but the back door I do. Because I can't, there's no way to other than to do it, to see it yourself, that you can look at and see through you can see into the house.
Okay, so why, if you could see it, why couldn't you have taken a video and or photos of that?
It was because it was on the moving checklist, and I didn't think about that. But the same with the back door, but the back door has a hole in it that you can visually see. That I did take pictures of.
Back door has a hole? What kind of hole?
Okay, where the frame is, in between the frame and the door at the bottom, you can see the outside right through there, like mice and stuff.
You can show them the hole. With a picture of the hole that you're referencing.
Sorry, my wife had all this stuff set up for me. I don't know how to navigate through these things.
Well, your wife was supposed to be here in court anyways. She resides in the property. She's never appeared.
She's either working at this time or right now she's going to get the kids from school.
I recognize those things, but one of those things.
I didn't know she was supposed to be here. My apologies.
Yeah, if she lives in the property, she's being evicted.
I guess because she wasn't on the lease. You thought she didn't have to be here? My apologies.
What's your wife's name?
Stephanie Greer.
Okay. We're still waiting for you to produce some evidence.
Yes.
Your Honor, if I may, is this is Mr. Greer producing these photos to demonstrate his damages for his counterclaim, or is he producing these photos for the basis of showing that the property was not kept?
I believe that I'm asking about, that was what I asked about. I asked about his claim that the property had code compliance issues and habitability issues. He also stated the property was pink tagged.
Yes, that is
so correct. That's what I'm asking for.
It is still pink tagged. Yeah.
It is still pink tagged? It
is still pink tagged, and now they're adding red tags to apartments out there.
Okay, so your particular unit is pink tagged though?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how long has it been pink tagged? You have a copy of the pink tag?
No, I do not.
Why not?
You can't take it off of the window.
Did you take a picture of? Because typically when they pink tag the property, there's a notice that comes to you that explains to you what's going on. Did you get that notice?
Yes, I did.
Where's a copy of the notice?
I want to say it was submitted with the other stuff earlier.
I don't know what you mean.
If Mr. Greer is referring to the pleadings, I don't believe they're attached to the pleadings. There is a report attached to Mr. Greer's counter complaint. I'm not sure if that's what he's referring to.
I don't know what he's talking about either.
Your Honor, if I may, though, with respect to his counterclaims.
We're not dealing with the counterclaims yet.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Code compliance officer, she.
Okay, I have a safety inspection correction notice, re-inspection required. Are you talking about that, sir?
Yes.
Okay, it said inspection type safety from inspection date October 4th, 2023. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
And they were supposed to bring it to compliance by November 3rd, 2023?
That's correct.
Okay, it states, at the request of the tenant, a safety inspection was done on this unit. And it was cited for workmanship, repairs, maintenance work, alterations, or installation that are caused directly or indirectly by the enforcement of this code shall be executed and installed in a workman-like manner and installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. So it says in the basement, the handrail is missing. It says inspector's comment in stairwell to basement. It also says that there's a light fixture that's loose hanging and has exposed wiring. It says there is a large accumulation of combustibles stored in the basement. And that this was noted in the 2022 rental inspection. It says that the service panel lacks proper access, maintenance, or maintain a 3 feet clearance in front of the service panel for emergency access. It says the furnace, due to age and or conditions, have a qualified mechanical contractor that is registered with the city of Lansing visually inspect and perform a recognized test of the furnace heat exchange for CO and CO2 leaks. The furnace also lacks a clean filter. It says clothes dryer vent is improperly installed. Let's see. That there was some duct tape being used to vent the dryer. Says on the exterior, the citations were, let's see. Says all windows and exterior doors, including storm windows and doors, shall be weather tight and in good repair during the months of May through October. Every opening directly from a dwelling unit to outdoor space shall have supplied screens and self-closing device, and every window or door shall have an opening or openings to outer space used or could be used for ventilation shall likewise be supplied with screens. All screen doors and screens shall be in good repair. And it says there are gaps around at the bottom of the entrance door. So that must be what you're talking about the front door?
Yes.
That was something that was noted a year prior to, and the rental, or over a year, because it says May 17, 2022 rental inspection. First floor, it says a return or supply air registers are clogged, dirty, and require cleaning. It says countertop and kitchen is deteriorated. Let's see, it says there's some water damage, drywall on the ceiling, the first floor bathroom. There's the guard rail in the basement staircase is loose. On the second floor, handrail is missing. In the stairwell to the second floor, it says hardware damaged or missing from door to bedroom. Bedroom doors are damaged or off the hinges. I'm not inclined to believe that was because of normal wear and tear.
That was on the checklist. That was one of the things on the move-in checklist.
So when you moved in, the doors were off the hinges?
Yes.
And you moved it anyways?
I thought I could fix it, or they were gonna come and fix it, because I reported it.
Okay. Toilet is loose at the connection to the floor. It says that was already noted in 2022. Bathroom or bathtub has a chip missing enamel, something that was previously noted in May 2022. Bathroom sink countertop loose, not secure, something previously noted in 2022. Let's see. And so you said that since that time, your property's been pink tagged?
Yes.
Oh. Any other evidence to support your claims about the condition of the property?
I have. I guess that's it. The tub and refrigerators, appliances. So, like, yeah, the screens, we never got the screens. The can't use the bottom of the bathtub, only the shower.
Okay, well, I think that this document from code compliance is probably the best way to explain what's going on with those situations. And I see that they were supposed to bring that up to compliance by November. Did they come back out after November? Did they get another inspection?
No, yeah.
Have they made any corrections to any of these issues since then?
Just the handle to going upstairs.
They came and they only could fix the handle?
Yeah, and that fell off again. And then they were supposed to come back and fix the hanging light going towards the basement. They did not do that. They were going to come fix the tub, and then they said, well, we won't be able to be into the apartment for 2 or 3 days when they do the tub. I'm like, well, are y'all putting us up into the hotel for 2 or 3 days? I can't just leave my apartment. I don't have no place to go for 2 to 3 days. And so they were supposed to.
They wanted you to leave to do that, you said?
Yeah, because they said that whatever they use in the bathtub to,
It's toxic.
Yeah, so we would have to let that clear out for 2 days.
Okay, and then they didn't provide any place for you to go during that time, is what you're saying?
Exactly, man. And I asked them if they were going to do that, can they put us up in a hotel for 2 or 3 days? And he said he'll get back with Melinda about that. And Melinda would talk to me about it. He's just making.
Okay, so I see here you have attached in a document here. It says that. What's your name? What is your name? I'm talking to you on Zoom. Can you unmute?
Okay, Elizabeth Latham Davis.
Thomas Latham Davis.
I'm sorry, they're noticing they can hear via Zoom. I didn't say they can hear via Zoom because I have a conditional dismissal. Okay, back on this one. This document states that there was a lack of certificate because it was pink tagged. When was this? Where did you get this document
From is it the website? That from the information given on for the pink tags and what it means, there is a website where you can find all the information you need about what goes on and what pertains to the pink tag.
Okay, and so this says it was the date file was May of 2023.
When they were tagged, I believe so, yes.
Okay. What other evidence do you have, sir?
That's all I have on me.
What is the purpose of the April bank statement? I don't understand.
They said that I didn't pay April's rent, which I did. I paid April's. What I got ready for is to respond to.
So you said that your rent was deducted from your account. Is that what you're showing me? How much was your rent?
It was supposed to be $1,000. They've been charging me $1,100 plus late fees. Now, late fee and that's the other part of the itemized subpoena I made was for them to show that charge, because I was only supposed to be getting charged $1,000 for $75 for one late fee and then $30 if it gets later than that. But they've been charging me $75 for one late fee and then $75 again on another late fee, plus $1,100 in rent, which is not supposed to be.
Help me understand this. I see a teller withdrawal for $852.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be your rent, you're saying?
Yeah, that was a partial from part of the source of where I got to pay the rent from.
And then on April 20th, 2023, Woodside Meadows rent $250.
Yes, that was the rest of the.
How do I know that this $850 went to them? Because it just says teller withdrawal.
Okay. Which is another issue, is because they changed their residential portal. It has all of that information on it, and I have not been able to access that.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you go through the portal to pay your rent?
Yep.
Okay, so you wouldn't be paying via cash or money order or anything like that? No. Oh, so teller withdrawal typically means you went to the teller and withdrew money.
That I had to pay that way because I didn't have it on my card. So I had to withdraw money from my wife's account and get the other $250 for what was left of my paycheck to pay that month.
Okay, so how do I know that the $842 they received it if you withdrew it and had cash? How did you pay them the $852?
Did I get a money order? I may have gotten a money order, but I got the receipt for that. I'm sorry, I didn't know I was going to need that.
I'm sorry, what did you think you were coming to court for? You haven't brought me any evidence yet.
Haven't?
Yeah, that was today. Today was the day for you to bring all your evidence and present it at court. I had to go to your filing to see what you filed, but that's not appropriate. That's not how you present evidence. You're here, you have folders, and you don't have any evidence in those folders. You got envelopes, but it seems like you don't have any evidence. You haven't presented any pictures. You don't have a copy of the pink tag notice. You don't have.
Yeah, because I wasn't ready for the questions you're asking. I thought I was presenting my evidence to their counter defense. That's what I do have evidence.
No, you're presenting your evidence to we first have to address the eviction, because you are being sued for an eviction, and you filed a defense saying that you shouldn't be evicted because there was a condition of the property. We've adjourned this multiple times, and I told you it was because you need to be able to bring all of your evidence.
This is why people pay for lawyers. I'm sorry, man.
It's exactly why people pay for lawyers.
I got evidence. I'm sorry. I was confused on how to present this today. My apologies.
No worries. Anything else you have? Because I can't. I'm in no position to reset this for you anymore.
No. I got. See, I haven't presented evidence.
I'm going to construe what you attached to your complaint or counter complaint as evidence of the code compliance issues that we just discussed.
Yes, and the code compliance itself, because I apologize, I didn't realize.
Is there any other issues that you believe made the conditions of the property not habitable?
Besides the safety, and that's because they have not secured a certificate of occupancy.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest reasons.
Okay,
and then the failure to maintain.
Okay. Did they come fix the furnace issue that was cited?
No.
Okay. So the furnace is not been.
They still got the dirty air filter, and they told me that I can't change it. That they have to do that.
Okay, but your furnace has been working, is what you're saying?
Yes, it's been working.
Okay, the filter needs to be changed?
Yes.
Okay. Any other issues?
Well, it was all covered in the code compliance and what I have on email.
Okay, very good.
Yes,
and now your counterclaim. Your counter suing them for
moving costs. And
for the cost of you moving in there?
No, for moving costs to move out of there, seeing how, because they still haven't secured a certificate of occupancy. So they can't even present me with a lease to sign, which I still planned on moving because it's been 3 years and they still haven't fixed nothing.
Okay,
Right,
so you moved in there 3 years ago?
Yes.
Okay, when's
But
the
it
last time you paid
changed.
rent?
April
Of
of
2023.
2023.
Your last rental payment was April of 2023, and
That
you
is
say
correct.
you paid how much?
The 1,100
Okay, so.
plus late fees, I'm sorry.
Okay, so in 2 days will be March of 2024, so almost a year.
Yes.
We'll say 11 months of no rent
Yep.
at $1,100 a month. $12,100 in past due rent. Is that accurate? For just rent, I'm not talking about the late fees that would of course accrued.
I'm showing an outstanding balance of 12,182.29, Your Honor.
Okay, and so you believe that you lived in a property for 11 months because of the conditions that you stated, which means you've not paid rent during those months, and that they should forgive that amount of money and then pay you to move.
When you put it like that, no,
That's how you put it. I didn't put it that way.
I guess I didn't understand how this was supposed to go. If I supposed to have moved before all and still did the counterclaim, I would have even have.
That's up to you if you want to do that.
Yeah, see that? I guess this is why it's important to have a lawyer.
Indeed, let me explain something to you. So typically, if you're going to make a claim that the property was kept in such gross or grotesque condition that it infringed on your ability to live there, or it was not habitable, then typically, in good faith, and this is according to the law, you would have had the option in a pink tag situation to escrow your rent. You can get nothing about a pink tag says you don't have to pay your rent.
Okay. No,
it's not a red tag, it's a pink tag. You still either pay your rent or you could escrow it, because when you escrow your rent, you're showing that you're operating in good faith. I'm not trying to live here for free and stiff you because of what's going on. I want the situation fixed so that I can live here. And until it's fixed, I'm going to put my money in escrow, my rent money. Have you escrowed your rent?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So do you have your 11 months of rent safely stored somewhere?
Not 11 months, no. Because
it's just a yes or no. I don't need to get into yes or no. So no, you do not.
No, ma'am.
Okay. And so the conditions that I see here, and I'm not disputing the fact that your property is pink tag, and there may have been an issue with the certificate because of that pink tag. What I am saying is that you continue to live in this house, and the things that you're sharing with me, I do believe that they would have some effect on your ability to live there 100% comfortable. But do I think that they rose to a level that you were almost evicted from this property? Like, I couldn't live here. There was no heat, Your Honor. It was raining in my unit, and we had mold, and we were getting sick, and we've got mites. Like, none of those things are evidence that you brought me today.
Yeah, see, I didn't think about all that stuff.
Yeah, well,
because that's all happened. Yeah. I was under the impression that I had enough, but I guess I was wrong.
What's all happened? You didn't have any heat?
But yeah, at one point they had to change the entire water heater. That was in 2022. They had to change. They had to change the whole water heater.
But they changed it.
Yeah.
Immediately?
No.
How many days did you go without hot water?
About a week and a half.
Okay. You notified them immediately?
Yes.
And then they responded immediately, and it took them a week and a half?
They told me that, I spoke to them immediately, yes, but they didn't respond immediately. No.
Okay. You told, and you have proof that happened?
I do, and I do have on my pictures on my phone. I'm sorry. And it's not this one, it's another one too.
Okay.
I do apologize for that.
Anything else about your counterclaim as to why you believe they should pay you to move when you haven't paid rent in 11 months?
And not at this time.
Thank you. Did you want to address the counterclaim?
Yes, Your Honor.
Firstly, the proofs which Mr. Greer attached to his counter complaint
really don't show that he's incurred any expense. It sounds like perhaps he's asking for future expenses for moving, but it hasn't been incurred, so he's not out anything. He hasn't sustained any damage. He hasn't presented this court any proofs for that counterclaim, so I'm asking the court to dismiss that counterclaim on that basis because he hasn't shown the court adequate proofs for it. And in other words, there's no way for us to be able to identify these damages. So on that basis, I would ask the court to dismiss them.
I did bring proof for his.
I didn't give you, you can have a seat.
Okay.
Okay. I also want you to address why your client has not addressed this pink tag issue.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that management has been out there, and they were out there in November, and they have looked at these, and actually have
Looked at what?
property. They went out to Mr. Greer's property.
Did they fix the issues that were cited by code compliance?
So, Your Honor, maintenance and the property manager went over on November 13th, 2023. And they asked Mr. Greer if they could, or Mrs. Greer, to come back on November 14th, 2023. They made a list of the things that needed to be corrected.
Okay, it's February,
And
almost March. Is it corrected? Because this code compliance note that I have here clearly indicates that the majority of the things that were cited were already noted at the inspection on May 17, 2022.
yeah, so as I'm reading, all items have been completed but the back door. And that the kitchen counter will likely need replacement. There was a discussion regarding the tub, but there seems to be there was a discussion regarding the tub about whether or not it needed to be fixed because Mr. Greer or Mrs. Greer had indicated that they planned on moving.
That's not what code compliance said. The code compliance didn't say, have a discussion about whether or not it needed to be fixed.
Right, the report by Code of Compliance though is from October of 2023, Your Honor.
Correct, but this was noted May 17, 2022 on the rental inspection. The tub was specifically noted, the bathroom sink was noted, the doors were noted, the handrail was noted in 2022. So almost 2 years ago, these things were noted, and I don't have any evidence that they were addressed.
Right, Your Honor, and I understand that what I probably would need to do or what I should do is perhaps contact the property manager and see if they can appear on Zoom to be able to confidently testify as to that.
They were supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
This matter was scheduled for a hearing at 2 o'clock. It's 2:48.
Yes, Your Honor. With the court, I don't think it would be difficult to get the property manager on Zoom.
I'm not doing it today. I have other people waiting for their hearing.
Okay,
If you don't have your witnesses prepared to go today at the time of the hearing, you got one of two things. I can make a ruling based on what I have, or I can adjourn it, because this is your client's case, to a date that you can get them subpoenaed here to testify appropriately. Because once they testify, he gets to cross-examine them.
I understand. Yes, Your Honor.
And so it's almost 3 o'clock. They're not here yet.
Could we do an adjournment?
I can continue this
Okay.
so that you can have your witnesses appear.
Okay.
And then that also means you can bring your evidence, and not on your phone. I don't want to go looking through your phone.
I understand.
And this is your time to present all of your evidence.
I understand.
If you don't come with the evidence, then it didn't happen, okay?
I understand.
Thank you. I'll get you a date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
JS is down. We'll send you a date in the mail because our system is down.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.